Hey guys, today on Michelle's Opinions, I want to wish every divine feminine a happy Mother's Day. I spent the day with my mother today. My mother is so beautiful, so wonderful, so kind. She'll do anything for anybody. You know, if she tells you she's going to do something, she sticks by her word. She'll give you the shirt off her back. That's the type of mother that I was raised by. So beautiful. So beautiful. We're going to share the link around so we can see who all is interested in coming in and joining us. I see Boom is in the house. She's my moderator, sporting a wrench. And we'll plop this in to see if anybody is awake. Oh, I didn't do my preset, so give me a moment, guys. And there we are actually live. There's some things I want to talk about, about fairness, treating each other as equals, being kind to one another, discernment on, when people have done harm to you and actually done harm to you, whether you should stick around or, keep your distance. Actually, I did do a video on toxic people, and I also talked about empathy. So, with that said, and if people aren't awake or whatever, they can watch this later. Okay, it's easier for me to see, on this screen, and I can also see the chat. Let me see on this one. Okay, good deal. Okay. All right. I don't know how many know this, but I was in Discord and I had a server of my own, and it pretty much ran kind of like the flame. Everybody was treated as an equal. I gave everybody equal authority. They had the rights to invite. I gave them all the moderator powers. But the one thing that I couldn't let everybody have was the right to kick and ban, because if they had scuffles between each other, they would kick and ban people right when they popped in the room. They actually kicked somebody out. And this is when, at first, everybody had all powers to do anything. Because really, honestly, it's kind of like how I look at the government. They don't bother me, I don't bother them. So, anyways, I learned really quick that not everybody could handle having those kind of authorities, because a new person came into my room. It was called Ascending Masters. And as soon as they weren't even in the room long enough to say hello, and they were kicked, banned out of my room. And I was in the chat, and if I knew who they were, I immediately changed their position to, the role where that wouldn't be able to happen. I didn't even have time to go and change this individual's role, and they were gone already. They had gotten banned, kicked out. And I think the person actually thinks that I was the one that did it, and I was not. But that did cause me to change things a little bit, because I realized that not everybody can handle, you can't give everybody the power and that authority, because not everybody is ready for it. And the last live chat that I had with Mel, she talked about, that the law is necessary because some people, they just don't know how to handle themselves, because they don't realize the oneness yet. And I do see a future where we will see the oneness, and we won't harm each other. And it's coming soon. But in the meantime, what do you do with somebody who's actually harmed you? And they did it to you, not with words. They did do it with words, okay? but actually ended up costing me a lot of money and a lot of heartache. And I left all servers at that time. I had to call up computer geek squad to come out, the police department, because I was being hacked, and the geek squad had let us know that my computer they were trying to get in, and what they did was they corrupted the Discord file. So they opened themselves a little back door to come into my system, which could have caused even more financial harm, but I acted very quickly. And that was over the issue of an individual came into Ascending Masters again, and I was being pressured to kick that person out, and that person talked to other people that were in the AM room, and they liked him. And, I didn't invite him in, and I didn't feel that I had the right to kick him out. It was an equality room. Okay. Anyway, so there's the backstory there. So I left Discord altogether. I stayed away from it. My friend worked on me and worked on me and worked on me and promised me that this individual, I would have no contact with him at all. None. And I got accused yesterday. Now, this is really weird. I did a friend a favor, and he took a short little clip that you can loop, to help somebody out. And when they received it, it was sent to an email, and everybody knows that when you get those free Yahoo accounts and free Google accounts, the amount, the file size that you're allowed to get in there is very, very small. And if it's a quality video link or a quality video, you're not going to be able to get it. I have to send it to my actual internet providers, the one that they gave me for my internet provider, in order for me to get them. So I know that there's a problem with that. Okay. Anyways, I got accused of sending a corrupted file, and I sent damage to their computer. I'm like, what? That's the same stuff. It was off my cell phone. I just took a video and I sent it. I didn't want to do harm to anybody. Anyways, so that was really strange that this person felt this way, and it's like, wow. I mean, it shocked me. I'm blown away by it. I'm still holding that clip. It says that my iCloud storage is getting low, but I'm holding that clip still as I'm trying to take background clips for doing this, and I download them, onto my system, and we took some more, and I'm very limited on my space, but I'm still holding that, so I can hopefully we'll find another avenue to get it to that individual, because I'm good to my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And I don't expect any more, any less from anybody else. Boom, are you the only one in the room? Are you my only person? No, there's 5. Okay, all right. Okay, we'll go forward here. Okay, so so that shocked me. I'm still holding on to that file. Because I think it would be very valuable to this individual. Hey, Sup. Hey, what's up, Sup? I love Sup. I love Boom. I love everybody. But okay, I went down and spent the day at my mom's, and this is weird, guys, because my husband is sitting right next to me right now. He's rolling our cigarettes. But on our way home, I told him, I said, "Ooh, I feel real 3D. I feel real heavy, and exhausted." I actually fell asleep, on our way home. I was so, something happened. Something shifted. Something wasn't right. And then I come home, and the individual that hacked me and caused all that distress and cost us all that money to get it fixed is now occupying a space in a chat forum that I was promised. I was promised I wouldn't have to share a space with this individual, and there that individual is. And to find out that I'm not really sure who invited him in to begin with, but I did see that they were asking for an invite for their other profile. This person has multiple profiles, multiple names, multiple ways of coming at you, which is scary in itself. You never know, what people are doing. And I tell you guys, always keep good hygiene with yourself. Careful what you share. People, they record you when your conversation, you think you're having a private, intimate conversation where you're opening your heart, and somebody is, possibly recording you and data mining you at the same time trying to ping your computer. Yeah, it's wow. I mean, I could never imagine doing that to somebody, but not, just like, Mel said on my last live stream, that the laws are in place because not everybody is ready to, occupy a space without harming others. And it's heartbreaking. But here's my dilemma, guys, and I want to talk to you guys about it and see what you guys think. Since I know there was harm done, and I'm not talking that we got angry with each other and exchanged words. That did happen. I was actually very, very shocked when this person was demanding that I do what they tell me to do, and how they felt about me, their true self, the words they said, the cuss words, the meaning talk. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you at all. Talk about, somebody being like a chameleon, trying to blend in, but really they're like a snake in the grass. Oh. Anyways, I tell you guys not to make judgments, and I have no judgment on this person. What I'm trying to use is my discernment. Should I stay around somebody that I know hacked my computer and tried to take my financial information and harm me? What would you guys do? And I was promised that individual had gotten angry and was no longer partaking in that room. And my dilemma that I'm having is the person that, brought me back over and talked me into coming back, appears they're in that spot. And now that then they actually asked her to, bring in another one of their profile names. So he's got multiple profiles already circulating in one server. And she promised me that I wouldn't have to occupy the same space with him. And another part of this dilemma is, if people are kicking up a fuss and trying to exclude somebody else, and they're not allowed to come in, then why should I not be able to kick up a fuss and say, why are you letting this person in? What do you guys think? How should this be handled? I'm actually thinking that I'm just going to, leave that server. I need to do what is proper and what is healthy for myself. But I'm having a hard time thinking that this person, not the person that just came in, but that the person would knowingly do something like this. Like, I don't know what to think. My head's just spinning. But it was very odd that we were coming home and I said, oof, I feel so heavy. I feel so 3D, when you walk in that 5D, and I know Glowing knows what I'm talking about. She's manifesting, changing weather. And by the way, Glowing, I tried that today when I called my mom and told her I was coming, and she made a request. She wanted me to make something special to have with the dinner. And I said, okay, and I'll go ahead and make that. We're just gonna have to leave a little bit later. And she said her clouds were all overcast and gloomy, right? And I said, well, it's all sunshiny and beautiful here. We'll bring that with us. And when we got there, she had puffy white clouds and a beautiful blue sky. And, she just kind of takes it with a grain of salt and just kind of endures with me. She's like, well, it normally fades away about 1 o'clock. You know how moms are. Nobody wants think that their child's crazy, But yeah, I tried it. I did it. I made beautiful blue skies, and as we drove down, we saw nothing but just beautiful skies above us the entire trip. Where we went, the blue skies and puffy white clouds. I got some really good footage for you guys to use on this software. So you'll be able to see our drive. I got some really beautiful mountain view. We'll go for a drive together. It'll be fun. Okay, back to my dilemma. What do you guys think? You know, I mean, I think the big problem that I'm having with it is I can't do that. I couldn't do that to somebody else. I just couldn't see myself doing it. And when I tell you guys, I try to stick with that golden rule of treat others as you want to be treated. I would never harm somebody or try to put them in harm's way. Not deliberately, but, so what do you think, guys? Should I just bow out gracefully and say, okay? It's not that I'm going to leave Discord altogether. I just think that, you know, I just really am not comfortable occupying the same space with this other person because what I have went through. You know, I forgive him. I'm not holding a judgment on him. He's confused. He doesn't understand that when you do something to somebody else, you're pretty much doing it to yourself. But with using discernment, I mean, we've always got to be using proper discernment on, you know, who we hang around with and decisions that we make. But I just am so shocked, I guess. It just really, I don't know. But obviously that's why that heavy feeling came over me, and that weighty feeling that just like it just made me tired. I fell asleep. I just fell asleep in the car driving home. And so, and I told my husband, you know, honey, they can't hear it. You could say yes, no, it's not going to hurt you. Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear him. Did you hear him? He tries to be super quiet because the mic is really sensitive. But anyways, what do you guys think? Give me some advice here. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm in the one, and the last comment I see is great. Is that the last comment that was made was by glowing? Yes, I did glowing. Yes, I got hacked. Yes. I had to have Geek Squad come out, and they let me know that there was multiple attempts to get in, and pretty much it happened after that I didn't comply with the demands that were that they were making on me. Yes, what? Yes, I should just leave. And the second part of the equation is, why would my friend do that? I don't understand what's going on. I just don't understand. You know, and then I need to understand that we're all individuals, and I understand that, and I guess I'm a very loyal person. If I'm your friend, I'm your friend until you do me wrong, and then it's like once bitten, twice shy. So what was the yes to? Oh, you heard that? Okay. My mic is pretty sensitive. Yeah, I felt it on the way home. I didn't know what the heck was going on. And like, you know, it felt heavy, and like it's like, oh my gosh, we went on TV. It's like grieving, you know, like. Am I losing a friend, or you know, somebody moving on out of my life, or you know, am I being hurt some way? Something going on behind my back, or you know how we get super sensitive about things? We can feel things going on, but you just really don't really know until you find out. Yeah. Yeah, I think you guys are right. Yeah, I mean, because I know they're aware. I know they know what happened. I know they know what happened because they had to really talk me into coming back. Because I'm going to tell you guys, you know, and I actually should talk about that more now that I'm doing YouTube, is you guys use, you know, nicknames, come in anonymously. Don't talk about personal information, not even your birthday, guys. Be careful. Be careful of what you say, because you never know who's listening and what their intentions are. I can't wait to get to the point where everybody has nothing but love in their heart for each other, and just, you know, are manifesting. Like I said, you manifest in the micro and it manifests in the macro around you. But we still have, you know, the breath of life and divine manifestors all around us. So they're manifesting too, and it's like our manifestations overlap. You know, you guys look at the picture of the flower of life, you see all the lines all around, but they overlap each other, you know, as it builds out. Well, that's kind of how it is. You know, we overlap with each other, and, you know, that's how we can affect each other. Now, as for, you know, if I drink a soda pop, am I going to get fat? No, I'm not, because in my mind, I know that can't hurt me. But when we talk about other people, you know, they have the very divine in them too, the breath of life. So with their tongue and their actions and their intentions, they can do harm to you. So, you know, it's like we gotta, you know, everybody goes through their stages, and then you pop out, and then, which, you know, I pretty much have tried to live by that golden rule of, you know, do unto others that I'd want done to myself my entire life. Of course, I fell short, but now that I've got the heart for it, it's like, I mean, it's crushing when somebody does something. It's like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Okay, let's see, Chloe. There are operatives on these sites and Discord and whatnot that intentionally come in to do us harm. Okay, what not? Okay, I don't understand. Protect yourself and equipment with divine light. Of course. I think that was what that feeling was when I was on my way up. I felt it. I physically felt that something was amiss. Something was wrong. And my exact words to my husband was, I feel heavy. I feel dense. I feel like I got sucked back into the 3D world. But I told him, I said, I'm not worried about it, because I'm going to pop back up and out of it. I'm not going to stay in this low frequency where I don't like it. I'm not comfortable here anymore. This doesn't even feel natural anymore. You get like pressure in your head, and you feel heavy, and it's not, you know, and you think about it. I lived in that until this all started happening in 2012, where you acclimate over. You know, you bounce back and forth in the beginning, but then you acclimate over to that new frequency. I don't know, you know, it's like the ringing in your ears. It's got to be a sound, a vibration, or something that activates your heart. And I'm more attuned to that. So now I'm down, when I'm dealing with this right now, it's very foreign. It's like I'm very, very confused. It's only poison, honey, if you think it is. But I have heard that too. That the aspartame is that's in diet soda. They say it's diet soda. It's good for you. You're gonna lose weight. Yeah, oh, you're gonna die. You'll be just bones. I guess you'll lose weight. I'm trying to be lighthearted because this is such a dense energy that I'm feeling. It's a very dense energy that I'm dealing with. And I know that energy is neutral, and that we're the one that puts the intention behind the energy. And I'm just really not sure what's going on. It makes me think about, do you guys know, I think it's Wobbly Boost? Wobbly. He's a pretty cool cat. You guys know him? Are you guys still in the room with me? Did you leave me? Oh, we got 8. There's 8 people in here? Well, talk to me, guys. Let's see what's going on. Okay, okay. a while back, when I was first opening the server, that AM server, he warned me, and he said to be careful of the people that I was surrounding myself with, and I was like, what? Ugh. Maybe he knew something I didn't. Yeah, good, Boom. Yeah, I thought so. An Aussie? An Aussie? What's an Aussie? You mean like Ozzy Osbourne? Okay, imagine a big ball of white light surrounding you and to protect you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel protected. I feel like that's why I was warned. You know, that energy was warning me, and I know I'm not going to stay in that level. I'm just shocked. I was just shocked. Australian. Hey guys, is there like 8 people in the room right now? Everybody say hi so I can say hi to everybody. I would say hello to Glowing's me, one with amazing stories all the time. Boom Boom sporting a wrench. Sup guys, sporting a wrench. And those are the 3 ladies that have been talking. 8 lurkers. So there's 3 talking and 8 lurkers. That's funny. It says there's 9. Okay, 8. Okay. Well, that would only be 5 lurkers. Because you 3 are talking. So I do think that is what I'm going to do until my friend comes back from her trip, and just protect myself, and you know, I don't, and really, if it's going to be an open room for everybody, then it needs to be an open room for everybody. If it's going to be a, no ban room, for everybody to come to, then that's what it needs to be. You can't sit there and say, well, it's okay that that person hacked you and caused you actually financial damage, and you have to endure with that. But somebody that may rub people the wrong way can't come in at all. I mean, what? Does that make sense to you guys? Do you see the logic in that? You're bad at math, are you? It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so, if if you see that I'm not present in there, that's what's going on. Hey, you guys, I want to show you guys a different background. You guys want to switch up a scene? This one that you guys are watching is a new one. I refilmed it because of you could hear my fingers snap when my dog started to bark, and I thought, and I have to loop it. I just didn't want to drive you guys crazy with that, so I got rid of that one and I made this one new, and it's more level, but I have to move myself. I'm in the air. I need to change the filters a little bit to adjust to it, but and we're working on proper lighting and some permanent green screen. Well, they'll be temporary, but they'll be permanent, like that, where I could hang them up and then I can roll them up and take them down when I'm done, and there won't be creases, or you won't have all this fractaling going on, and we're going to get the proper lighting and stuff, so it'll be much better for you guys. But what do you think of this scene? You like it? Those are the only 2 that I have loaded up right now, but I've got all kinds of neat stuff for you guys to make it fun. That's wackadoo logic. That's no logic at all. Right. There is no logic in that, where, when somebody actually does something, to harm somebody physically in your natural life. If I was to do that to somebody, I would expect law to be at my door. But you know, it is what it is with the internet. And these people that are, you know, hackers or whatever, and they do it as a trade. You know, they're very good at hiding, you know, where it's coming from. They'll ping you from a bunch of different locations, but it's the same person. It's just, you know, just do your hygiene and stuff. Just make sure you're not giving out any personal information. No birth dates. Don't give your real name. Don't let people into your house. Basically, guard your house. Because you know, it's shocking as it sounds. There are people that will do harm, and my problem is I have a problem dealing with that, because in my heart I could never do that to anybody, and so I have a hard time, you know, trying to look at it from that perspective on why would I want to do that to somebody? What's the accomplishment? Why would I want to hurt somebody that way? And I have to tell you guys, you know, when people have their like houses broken into, or you know, somebody hacks into your computer, or they do, you feel violated. Like, it's a violation that you just can't describe how vulnerable and violated you feel when somebody does that to you. You're like, what? And I would never do that to anybody, and I surely didn't expect, you know, for somebody to, and it seemed to me like retaliation, because I, you know, wasn't doing what they were demanding, and then it all happened like right after that, you know. So it is what it is, and that's in the past, and I'm over that. But at the same time, I don't think I want to go right back into that situation. That's why I left altogether. I left everywhere. I closed up my server and left the whole thing, and couldn't get out of Discord at all, because they corrupted the file to make a back door. So then we had to pay, what, it's like a couple $100, $250, something like that, just to get them to get off the software. And then we had to call the credit agencies and everything to let them know that, you know, somebody got into our system. And it was it's very time consuming. It cost us some money. It was very violating, and I don't wish that on anybody. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chill in the flame, is what I'm gonna do, until I have time to talk to my friend about what the heck's going on. Okay, you guys want to talk about something else? You want to talk about the new Earth? Get on to a better subject. You guys helped clear this up with me. You know, I think it was more important that I tell you guys, you know, about keeping proper hygiene, you know, on your information when you're online, because of the testimony that I have, because of what happened. So, okay, let's change the subject. The new Earth. I'm not gonna divulge that, because I've said enough that you guys should be able to figure it out. Okay, yes, the new Earth and Elon Musk. You know, Elon Musk. I don't know about that rocket that lands back on itself. I don't know if he's just recording that on Photoshop and playing it in reverse. You guys, as I'm learning about OBS and all the things that we're able to do, it's like, and New Earth, you know, my understanding of New Earth is, you know, as we are getting to know ourselves, we're going through this journey of self-awareness, we realize that we've been the ones creating what's going on around us, which explains things like, you know, the news programming and television programming, where it's showing hierarchies, all these cops and robbers and war movies and all these kind of things. And you know what it reminds me of? I mean, what was that movie called? It was called They Live. When that guy puts those glasses on and can see everything. Can you look it up real quick on your phone? We watched it together. It's an older movie. I think it's called Is it called They Live, you guys? That movie where they put those special glasses on and they can see, like, behind the signs it says consume, procreate, love the government, or, you know, I think it was called They Live. And then there was these, like, alien beings that took over Earth, and you know what, it could be. I didn't know that he got hacked, but more than likely, Sup, I would say yes, because that person, that's where I met that person, was through there. So you may be onto something with your spidey senses, with your superhuman senses, because we're all superhumans. Okay, I'm thinking that it's called They Live. It's an older movie, and they have these glasses, and they can see, and then they end up getting contact lenses, and they can see, and so that way the robotic things couldn't tell, you know, that they were able to see them and stuff, because they, you know, and it was coming out of you know, of all places, it was being broadcasted out of a news station, had this huge like dish on top that was putting out this frequency that was keeping everybody, you know, at a dull, you know, and they're thinking everything's okay. And in that movie, it shows them being able to see with these glasses on, and they're like breaking out of the program. Well, it's kind of how I see with this new Earth is what we're doing here is we're breaking our programming. We're breaking the things that we've been taught all our lives. We're breaking out of listening to all of those news programs that make you feel so small, you know, and insignificant. Like, you know, the government is so powerful. What could one person do, you know, to affect it? Well, we could do a lot more to affect it than we know, because when we get ourselves lined out, okay, then it manifests around. And glowing, I know you know what I'm talking about, because you are able to affect the weather and other things around you. I tested that today. I affected the weather, and, you know, and it did that for my mom for Mother's Day. And it just seems like what's going on in here reflects around us. It's beautiful. And you know, I want to tell you guys something really spooky. Ooh, spooky. Last night, I spent some time talking to 007 on a Google Hangout. And they brought up the name of an individual, which there's not many people that would spell their first letters the same way, right? And I know this person has many accounts. Okay. We talked about it just last night, and poof, he's in my face today. It's like, what? They Live. I was right. Yeah, the movie's called They Live, you guys. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend you watch it. I'm going to move myself over by the fence a little more. Take some of that freckling out. Give me my hoodie out. So, anyways, so it's a matter of we're transitioning out of the bowing, scraping, you know, and we're understanding who and what we are. And, you know, we are, and it talks about this in you know, the stone tablets. It talks about this in holy books. It talks about this no matter where you look. The only mistake is as they, you know, were going on the journey, like, let's say they were in a brick and mortar church, they go on this journey, and then when they get a new revelation, they hurried up and built that brick and mortar church, and then they got stuck, and even if they took another step, they're like, oh, I'm already making money, I'm already preaching this, and they kind of got stuck, you know, and then taught people I don't think that people taught people, not in the general population, I do not think that we taught or were taught deliberately. I do not think that people taught us in error deliberately. Honestly, I do not. I think that the programming is put out, and I do think there's people that know that we are the ones who create things. I'm not trying to go too dark here, guys, but this 9/11 really stands out to me because the entire world saw that when those trade centers came down, and now we know all these truthers get into it. There's so many problems with that story, okay? But in the meantime, the effect it had, the trauma that it imposed on so many people, that they were able to then go to war, and it was not to go after this man. They wanted to go over there to take a spoil, okay? But they needed us to create it. If we didn't create it, then they would not have been able to do it. Does that make sense? I mean, when you think about it, you know, they put that in front of our face. We were watching it live, and then almost seems like the two witnesses, Twin Towers, you know, and they came, the two witnesses came down, and we're all waking up because, you know, I've told you guys before, 2001 was when I started having dreams and visions. I started seeing things. I would hover over my body and see me the way I was sleeping in my bed. And the doctor's like, "Oh, you're having night terrors. Here, take this pill." And it made them stop for a while, but they came back full force. Yes, twin palm trees behind me. There was actually 3. And you see, if you can see those, that greenery, that foliage at the bottom, there was a vine there, and when they were babies, the vine strangled out the other one. It wouldn't let it have any food or water. It wouldn't let, you know, it took everything. The vine grew like crazy, so we had to take the one out, and then we cut back that vine, and then the 2, which is kind of funny because you think about the symbology of it. I look at those 2 palm trees as my husband and I. And at the time when we had the 3, we had 1 child still living with us, but getting ready to move out on their own. And then that one came out, and they're out on their own. And then the 2 they're growing so fast, and they're so beautiful. And they look so nice by the pool. But there was actually supposed to be 3 of them. But I look at it that way. It's like, you know, the synchronicities that, you know, my youngest child moved out, and then that 3rd one like didn't make it, and so, you know, it went out, and the 2 are growing up just fine. They're doing great. So if you're thinking about New Earth and how we're going to create it and how it's going to come about, it's going to come about awareness. It's going to come about self-awareness of what's going on within us in the micro. It's going to manifest out in the macro. And enough of us, you know, walking around, you know, it'll be like paradise, because we're going to understand that it's not by the sweat of our brow. I do believe that the weapons of warfare will go away, because why are we going to kill each other, you know, when we realize we're all one? You know, do you think about it? We're, you know, in our personal lives, we're already seeing the manifestations take place. And so if it's in the micro, in the macro manifesting around you, then soon, you know, other people, it's going to start manifesting around them what's going on in the micro and the macro. And when they get their house in order, you know, this whole place is going to change big time. But until then, we have to have patience with one another and use discernment. That's why this just really puzzled me that, you know, I mean, is this a test? Yeah, I forgive the person, but do I want to spend time or put myself in that very same position? No, I don't. I'm really not understanding it. It's just, you know, I'm trying, you know what, I'm telling you guys, I'm trying to fight the information that I'm getting. And I tell you guys, everything we need to know is within us, okay? Answers we need to know are within us. And I have the answers, but I'm fighting it because I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. It's like, it's like getting bad news about, a loved one not feeling well. You just don't want to believe it. You just go into denial. And that's kind of how I feel about this, is that I am trying to fight it, and it's draining my energy. I don't want to hear what is, I want the truth wherever it takes me, whatever the cost is, but I don't want this truth. I mean, it's going to break my heart. It's just going to break my heart. I don't like tests. I don't believe that everything is a test. It's just a journey. Well, on your journey, of course, you're being tested. You're being refined. You're being purified. You're becoming self-aware. And I do test things. Just like when Glowing was talking about that she could change the weather, I tested that today. And yeah, that theory is true. So that would be a test. So, yeah. Is my owl blinking at you? Is it freaking you out? I'll go back to the other background. One of them pixelates more than the other. Oh, look at you guys. I'm taking a swim. Oh, oops. I put the wrong one. What are your guys' thoughts on the new Earth? What do you want it to be? What do you want to create? Like, when we step into that new Earth, what would you consider paradise? When you think about paradise, a paradise Earth, what do you think would be going on there? I'll give you guys a second to respond. I know there's a little bit of a delay. Yes. Peace on earth and goodwill towards all mankind. What about knowing that there's no lack here, because we're able to create abundance for everyone, so there is no lack? When they say, oh, it's going to be a drought, we're going to have a shortage. That's so not true. Hey, Pri. What's up? How are you doing tonight? You're usually my question guy. Or gal. I'm sorry. Are you male or female? Do you mind me asking? Yeah. I think we will be able to, Glowing, travel at the blink of a thought. And I don't think it's just going to be here on Earth. I think we'll be able to travel in the galaxy, wherever we want to go. Whatever we're interested in wanting to see, we're going to be able to do it. Yes. Oh, you're male. Okay. So I was right in calling you male. That's good. Okay. There's nothing worse than, addressing somebody and then being wrong about their gender. I'm not trying to insult anybody. With peace. Yeah, no more driving. But there are people that enjoy driving. So for them, if they enjoy it, sure, But for us people that just want to get to the destination, yeah, let's just teleport over there. Like, bink, and we're there. We might meet our cosmic family. Yes. Yes. I am going to talk about disclosure on another stream. Actually, that was what I was going to talk about tonight until I kind of, till that energy whoosh, and then I came home and saw what the heck was going on. I was like, what? Too weird. They could be non-binary gender, them, these days. Doesn't Facebook have like 47 different genders? I mean, you could be peanut butter if you want to be peanut butter, right? Yeah. I'm glad you guys were here to listen to me, go through this struggle. Still bothering me. Oh, my 47. Wow. What we're talking about? 47, 11. 4 plus 7, 11. Okay, back to what we would want to create. Yes, I am all about the peace on earth and goodwill to all mankind. Abundance, needs all met, not just needs but wants. Traveling by the speed of thought. And if you can think it, you create it. These gizmos and gadgets that are coming out are just freaking amazing, and we can have all the gizmos and gadgets and toys that we want. There won't be any more fighting, or really, guys, when it comes down to it, when I think of like the beast system, it's the government. They seem so big and overpowering. It's like, how could we ever get out from underneath all these laws, And in my last live stream, when I had a guest, it was like the law is needed for some people, but there's so many laws on the books now, nobody could possibly know them all. But there's old laws that they don't enforce anymore. But check this out. If somebody had a problem with you, they could find something in those law books and go after you. Think about that. So the laws they're way bloated and out of control. We need to start a law reduction, and maybe if we start reducing the laws and start getting them off the books, and at least starting that way, and just have the major ones there to come off at the end as people are lining up, then there wouldn't even be any need for law. And the Bible says those in Christ are not under the law. And you know what? That's true. Because there's nothing that you're going to do to hurt anybody. It's not going to happen. There's no condemnation for those in Christ, because you have a new heart. You're lined up. So when it comes to Christ, I think about him as being a very wise teacher, operating in every gift that he had, manifesting miracles, totally connected with Father, God, Source, and divine. Yes, I believe he's divine, but I also believe everybody's divine. We all have the breath of life in us. So, okay, Pri says, I think I will be very familiar and more real than this human form of life. We'll remember who we are and what we're doing before this. Guessing. Yeah. Yes. We're in the age of knowing. So, we're coming out of Pisces, of duality, and we're coming into the age of knowing. So, and that's what, we're coming into, it's coming into remembrance. We're no longer listening to things that are oppressive, or, and you guys think about this, okay? Who decides what's holy? Okay, if somebody has to be holy and perfect, who makes those decisions? Because to me, those are very subjective, depending on the person you're talking to. Holy and perfect could be a completely different thing to one person than it is to another. What if I was to tell you you're holy and perfect now? You already are. So doesn't that lift a heavy burden off of you to think that you need to try and be something else? Change your very self to suit the whim of somebody else's version of holy? Think about it, guys. Yes, that's a very good point there. I think glorified spirit bodies are possibly 40, 5D bodies and don't need food, sleep. We fly and communicate automatically in heaven. It is possible. It is impossible. I'm sorry. It's impossible to be dishonest. That's right, because you can see right through it. Others understand you immediately without seeing anything. Yes. The masks come off because you can see right through things. And I think that's when I was talking about, I'm having this inner battle because it's there. I'm being warned. Everything is telling me, and I'm fighting with myself because I just don't want to believe it. I'm having a really hard time with it. But yes, and I'm not in a comfortable spot right now. It's like, I see now, this is where I was at, and I walked in this often. And, I would pop up to the higher level and then pop back down. And then as time goes on, you spend more time at that other level. And then when you come down to this level, it doesn't feel right. It's like, it's an uncomfortable feeling. It's not the normal anymore. It's really strange. It's very strange. Yeah, no confusion. Right. Exactly. So I do appreciate you guys helping me with a very troubling thing on my mind. And I hope you can understand, excuse me, why I'm having such a problem with it. If it was just an exchange of words, that would be one thing. But it wasn't just an exchange of words. There was actual, an attack made, and, which actually cost us financially to try to fix the damage that was done through this. And, not everybody, is we're all met where we're at. As soon as you start seeking for the truth, we're met where we're at, okay? And we're moved along. But does that mean that we should allow people, to, stab us, rob us, shoot us? If you have the if it is your choice, okay, are you just going to stand there, or would you if you had an opportunity to get out of the way and get out of there, wouldn't you get out of there, or would you just stand there and wait for them to stab you? I'm not wise or knowing. I'm just saying what it seems to me. Okay, well, that's right. What I was asking you guys is, what would you create? What is, your new earth? So nothing's off the table. And none of us know everything. That's what makes talking to each other so much, so enriching, and why it's so beautiful to communicate with each other, because we learn from each other. I talk about, we don't want to be automatons. Why would we all want to be, exactly alike and speaking alike? And no. It's so much more fun to talk to people and engage in conversations and have stimulation and learn from each other, listen to other people's testimonies, grow from them. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Oh, we got somebody new. Let's see. Go-Kart Bob. Welcome. Okay. I'd get out of there. I'd fight back if possible. Cling on at heart. Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah. So do we have new people? Any new subscribers in the room? I'd like to get... I'm doing this also to get to know people as they're coming in. You just stop by. Well, make sure you subscribe. And I've actually been active for a little over a month now with content. There's like a ton of stuff, and I've got a ton more to make. But I'm also playing with, doing streaming, and I'm enjoying live streaming with you guys a lot. It is a lot of fun. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and just going after it. see what Boom's talking about. What? 10 watching and only 3 likes? Uh-oh, did I upset people? I'm not trying to. But yeah, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because I go on live at weird times. Oh, you did? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so that you got the notification. Great, great. You like the blue screen effect? Blue screen effect. Green screen, you mean? I have a green screen. I'm getting a better one. Because, I mean, we're just practicing. I'm just, you know, got the software and playing with it. And, yeah. And doing the video. Okay, people forget to like when live stream chat. Oh, yeah. Well, you know why? Because you're busy in your chat talking to each other in the stream. I get it. I totally get it. It's always a blue screen in Sagittarius. It's always a blue screen when I look up at the sky. Blue skies with the puffy white clouds. So what else would you guys want? Okay, we want teleportation. We want to be able to move at the speed of thought. Plenty for everybody, no lack. But everybody to be going after their passion. We want to meet the Klingons. We want disclosure from any alien brotherhood we got out there. Telekinesis, nice, yes. Yeah, I think that's part of what is being activated in this. You know, is the energy where we can feel that shift of energy. You know, so I think that is something that is in our capabilities. It's in our toolbox. It's just being activated. Okay, in the Earth I was in, green screen began when I shifted to this Orion Earth. Yeah, I'm not sure about what they're saying out there, because I remember that we were on a Sagittarius arm. That's what I remember being taught in school, that we were on the Sagittarius arm. Now they're saying we're on some Orion spur or something, and I'm not getting that. Superman-like abilities. You want to be bulletproof? You want to fly through the sky? You want to wear a cape? With a big G for glowing instead of an S? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Nighttime, it's a black screen with twinkly lights. Yeah. Blue during the day. It's beautiful. Okay, I keep trying to make the water move in my glass. More, move it like a cyclone. Keep trying. Keep doing it. When you believe it with no doubt in your mind, I bet you can do it. And when you do it, let me know. That's so true. It was a blue screen for the weather people. Really? They couldn't wear blue. Wow, I did not know that. Huh. Never really paid that much mind to it. Now, we have the option of getting a blue screen. We can have a blue, magenta, or green screen, and then it automatically has the settings for it. But you still, even though, you know, with the green screen I have to go through the filters and kind of line them up a little bit. But soon, when I get the equipment all lined out, I'm not going to have any of those issues. It's going to be great. And you know what? You're right. They couldn't wear their blue suits because they would blend into the background. That's true. Wow. Yeah, I don't think that the green screen is a new thing. I don't. I think that they may have figured that out, because most men's suits are blue and they needed that contrast. Because blue is one of the choices, though. My dad is a photographer, and he just showed me his screen sets, and He has one it's like a royal blue. It's like a really rich blue that he uses, and then he's got the green that he uses. So they do use both. So, but it would make more sense for them to invest in getting a nice, good green screen, because the guys don't come out with that color green of a suit. You actually can't really wear green at all, really, because it'll pixelate it out. But yeah, maybe it was always both. I never saw a green screen. Okay, yeah. Have you guys seen the movie The Weatherman with my gosh, where is it? I'm peeking behind the screen. Let's see if I've got it. Oh, there it is. This is it. Nicolas Cage. You guys seen this? If you haven't, I recommend you watch it, because he does the weather, and he says that doing the hand motions and all that in front of the green screen was actually the hardest part of his job because to put his hands in the right place with the things that they're going to display, he said that's what was the most talent. You have yet to watch that? You know what, though? If you guys are up for it, we could do a Google Hangout, and I'll play the movie for you guys. I did do that with a friend, and it worked out great. She was able to watch the entire movie, and through my computer system, and we did it on a Hangout, and we did the screen share, and just locked mine in place, and it came through awesome. Yeah, it's a good movie. It really is a good movie. It's just the things that he goes through in life, he's always trying to please his father, and he doesn't realize that his father is already proud of him. It's really a good movie. Boom, are you up for that? You want to do a Hangout and watch a movie? So I'm getting ready. I like to keep these about an hour, and I think that is what I'm going to do for the time, and then until I talk to until I talk to my friend and see what's going on there. That's the best thing. So it's 11 for me, but I'll play a movie with you, something to chill out and watch and relax. And otherwise, if you find them online, you got to pay like $2.99 or something like that. Bree, you want to watch a movie? Are you in any of the chat rooms? Okay, we can do that. But tomorrow, yeah, I have a ton of movies. The one I watched with my friend was Land of the Lost. Oh my gosh, Will Ferrell is freaking hilarious. But we can watch whatever. If you want to laugh, we can watch a funny one. But yeah, it worked, and as long as nobody is recording, you can't record it, you can't broadcast it out, nothing like that. It's just a locked setting and just a few people in there. I'll play a movie for you guys. That's okay. You guys can come in, and if you get tired or bored with it, then just leave. You never saw that land. You guys want to watch? Okay, you want a funny movie? Then we can watch Land of the Lost, and it's about an hour and 30 minutes. It's funny as all get out, but also, guys, when you're watching it, just look at the similarities to what's going on with us right now. Boom, can you drop the link, or Sup, can you drop the link into Flame? And then we'll meet in there. I'll set up a little, I'll get everybody together to set up a group link. I'll get the Hangout up and do the invite, and then we can bounce into Hangouts and watch a movie. Thank you, Sup. Alright, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm really enjoying getting to know everybody. I'm enjoying playing with my new software. Hit the bell for notifications because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank you to all my friends here for listening to me. You know, I already feel the pressure off my head. I feel lighter. You know, it's just, I think I just had to put out the warning, you know, about proper hygiene on the internet, to be careful, you know, take care of yourself. And I will see you guys in the flame. Peace. Talk to you soon.